Good afternoon, homespun friends. It is wonderful to be with you again today. I just wanted to come and share with you a quick video on how my husband and I are handling toy storage for our grandchildren. Now, many of you may be parents with young children still at home. My husband and I had 4 young children that were close in age. We had 4 children, 5 and under. And as they grew up and their toys began to expand and they had Legos and all sorts of small pieces, we had to try to find ways to reduce that clutter and keep things simple, and it was very difficult. And then as we have aged out now and we are grandparents, we have 7 grandchildren and we have 1 on the way, and our family is growing rapidly. And it's difficult sometimes to handle that amount of children coming in all excited to be at Mimi's and Papa's house and dragging out a lot of toys. And when we first started out having grandchildren, we collected, small things along like all grandparents do, and before long we kept every little small thing and it became overwhelming. So we have really made an effort to simplify our lives and simplify the toys. We wanted to be able to keep the toys in the living areas where we stay because the children don't want to be sent into another room, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep the children where we are so that we can watch them and play with them and be actively involved. So that means keeping toys right at hand in your living areas. And so there's really a need to find a handy way to keep them put away, to keep them enclosed so that they're not spilling out everywhere until the grandchildren come. And so that's what we have worked on in our home. Now here I am in the living room. I know that most of you have seen a tour of my home in previous videos, but this is our living room. And then right there under that archway, you go into our den, and this is really one big large space. As you can see, there's 2 doorways there, and that really is just an opening straight through. I'll let you see it from this angle. You can see that's just one big room right there, and and so it's very open. And we try to design a way that our grandchildren will have places to play, but still not make a terrible mess when they come. And it's sort of hard to do, but we think that we are beginning to perfect it now. One of the first items that I purchased when our first grandchild was born was this little toy cabinet. I fell in love with it, and my husband said, "Oh my goodness, it was just really not in good repair." And I begged him to buy it. It was not very expensive, and it was in a thrift store. And I said, "Please buy it and refinish it because I can see our grandchildren playing kitchen there in front of this cabinet one day." And he said, "Well, if you insist." And so he bought it and kept it for almost a year in the garage until he finally decided it was time to refinish it. And now for several years, it has been a part of our home decor, and we love it, and the grandchildren love it, and this is where they come. And the great thing about it is it has these handy doors that can open up, and underneath we store the plastic food. The top shelf there is for all the little plastic foods, and then on the bottom we have some wooden cars and a little basket of some dolls of various sizes. And this little cabinet is a go-to cabinet for the children, and it's so easy to throw the foods and the items back up in there and let them come in here and play. And then over here sitting out, I have a little doll castle. And this is the only little dollhouse that I have kept around the house. And it has some furniture that goes into it, a bed, and some royal chairs, and some other small pieces. And they are kept in this chair that is essentially a toy box made into a seat. And this seat lifts up, and we're able to store the grandchildren's toys down in there. And so we have another couple of dolls. I think I have a Dora and maybe some doll clothes, and then we have some blocks, and some of the accessories that go to the little dollhouse are kept down in this chair. And these are the only toys that are kept in the living room. And this is a very easy way for us to keep them out of sight, but also have them handy. And then as you move into our den area, we have 2 baskets that are left sitting out all the time. And it's these 2 baskets right here. And they mostly hold small toys for the young children. This is for our smallest grandchildren. We have a grandchild that's 3.5 months, and I guess the next 2 are 1.5 to 2 years old. And these are some little toys for them that they like to play with. Some soft toys and some toys that, make the noises. And then under this cabinet, this is the place where the boys want to come when they first get to our house, because this is where we keep the Matchbox cars and the car set. And in this cigar box are all the Matchbox cars, and some of them are very old. This set belonged to my brother, who is now 46. This is a Hot Wheels car set, and you can open that up, and it has tracks that roll down. It's kind of all encapsulated in one piece. And then here are the box of cars, and some of those are from the 70s, and so they have really they have held up well to be able to be played with now in 2016, almost 17. And we also have some books. At one time, this entire bottom cabinet was full of books, but we began to notice that the grandchildren would pull those books out and sling them everywhere, and we just thought that is not a good use of space. We gifted a lot of the books away, kept some essential books that we thought they would really enjoy, and then a lot of the books that were classics for children, we put those on our tablets. My husband has 2 iPads. I have a mini iPad, and so we started storing some of those children's applications onto our tablets, and they can use those when they come. And one of the best ones that I have found for the grandchildren, the one that they want to listen to when they come to our house, and we let them play with the toys at first, and then we allow them tablet time, and they want to listen to an application called Pinkfong Songs and Stories. And you can actually add free songs and stories, or you can buy songs and stories. And over the years, for the last 6 years, I have purchased songs and stories and added a few at a time, and now I have a very large selection on our iPads for the grandchildren to enjoy. And that allowed us to be able to reduce the hands-on books that we have, but we wanted to keep some. And so there they are. We have a box, a little basket down here of blocks and some other little small toys you can see. But this is essentially the toys that we keep in our den area. I have some workbooks for the grandchildren that I have purchased at Sam's. They are for preschoolers through grade 2. And so when they come and they decide that they want to color, we always keep lots of crayons for them and markers for them, and even some scissors for the older grandchildren so they can cut and tape, so they can create things, because that's one of their favorite things to do. Another favorite thing for them to do is when it is time to put the toys away and they want to start getting quieted down, they can get the tablets. We let them sit up here on the couch together and listen to the songs and listen to the stories. And sometimes if things are getting really rowdy, we try to separate them into these 2 areas. We'll send a couple of grandchildren into that room, and we'll have a couple of grandchildren in this room, and allow them to share the tablets together and quieten down. And so it is a great way to keep things under control. I hope some of these tips have helped you, friends. It is a joy to have the grandchildren around. We just love it. But we have found that simpler is better when it comes to the toy situation. Have a great day, friends. See you soon. Bye-bye.